Hello Divine Masculine and welcome to your power message for Friday, and it's Fabulous Friday because we're seeing rainbows today, and I love how we've still got this kind of energy of rainbows around you, so a lot of protection coming in around you today. So I'm going to use 2 decks of cards. We're going to bring in the beautiful Tall Tales Cat Crew Oracle, and I'm going to bring in the Midnight Forest Oracle. This is one of my favourite decks. It's very powerful. So what's the energy around the masculine today? They are giving me, just as I'm starting this reading now, tooth pain. So if you're a feminine and you've just watched the feminine reading, this makes sense if you're experiencing tooth pain. Because masculines, you've got decisions to make here. When you get tooth pain, it's always connected with decisions, changes, movements. Maybe you're deciding to, make that karmic ending happen right now. It's time for a change. So what do you need to know or be aware of? Taking out anything I feel is jumping out here. Anything, here we go. So this card's moving on top. So the first card we've got coming up is Fool in the Ferns. Someone made a run for it. Okay? Well, that was you. You made a run for it. And it says that says a lot about them, doesn't it? So I feel this is about you needing to forgive yourself for the past. The need to forgive yourself for the fact that you've run. Not everyone covered in ferns is an environmentalist, a trickster, shady camouflage or flimsy lie. So what this means is, you've been wearing a camouflage. You may have tricked your feminine, you may have tricked people around you to believe that you don't care. But now it's time to be open and honest. So this is really like you being called out into the open by heaven. And you're owning up. You're saying, okay, I own up. I was a fool. I ran. And that said a lot about me. It didn't really say anything about you, Divine Feminine, because it wasn't about you. It was about me. I was hiding my feelings. I was, hiding away. And I was tricking everyone. I was acting shady. I was wearing a camouflage. I was telling flimsy lies. So I feel this is about you owning the fact that you've made mistakes. But the thing is, mistakes are merely lessons in disguise. So mistakes are just lessons, nothing more. The opportunity to learn from those mistakes, those lessons, and to make changes. So this is powerful because you're saying, okay, I made mistakes. That was my right. Look at this. We've got the all rights reserved card in here. Now, I do leave these in here sometimes because they mean something. All rights reserved. This is like you owning up and saying it was my right to act that way. I acted that way because I had to at the time. I was doing the best I could with the information I had, the experiences I was having, and that was my right. And I reserved that right because it was exactly what needed to happen at that time. And this is also about 2020. You are an original. There's nobody else like you. Nobody can make your feminine feel the way that you do. And that's okay. And I feel this is also about all the changes that came into your life in 2020. And this also says Facebook on here too. And I feel this is also a big sign about communication through Facebook. They give me fear. Or maybe you blocked someone on Facebook, or you hid away and now you're coming out into the open. So what I'm feeling with this is, and you might think, well, just take that card out because it doesn't mean anything. It's only, the all rights reserved, the credits. But you have to give your masculine credit, Divine Feminine, if you're cross-watching, for how far they've come, because they're realising now someone made a run for it and it was themselves. Okay, they felt like a fool, hiding away in the ferns. And that says a lot about them, not you. So masculines, I'm addressing the feminine as well because I feel both of you watching this reading today. Well, this is you saying, okay, I know I've been a bit shady in the past. I know I've been wearing a camouflage. I know I've told flimsy lies. And the reason they're flimsy lies is because they don't hold up. There's no strength or substance to them because you've always known, Divine Feminine, they were lies. They weren't the truth. When your masculine's denied having feelings for you, it's been a denial. It's been nothing more than that because the truth is they do have feelings for you and they can't hide this any longer. So masculines, now that you don't want to lie or hide anymore or wear this mask or this camouflage. Look at that? Do you see that the darkness then of the camera? You know, maybe you feel like things are closing in on you. Okay, this is all lighting today. It's very powerful. It's natural lighting. Look how it's brightening up now. In the feminine reading today, we got the beautiful rainbow. Okay, and the brightness. The masculine, we've got the darkness. So it feels like, you know, it's scary when someone calls you out in this way and says you've been a fool. You made a run for it. That says a lot about you and you were dealing with stuff. But this is about forgiveness here. We've got face the music. Look at this. It's time to face the music, to apologise, to come out of the cave, to come out of the darkness. Okay, look at the light. It's just gone dark by itself there. You know, if I show you outside, it's still really nice and bright and the sun's shining, but the camera went really dark there. It's brightened up a tiny bit now. I've moved it around. But I feel this about the darkness you're experiencing. You're saying, okay, I've made mistakes, I've done wrong, I camouflaged myself, I hid myself away, and now I need to face the music. And face the music means coming out into the open and, you know, taking the wrath. You know, if wrath is coming in, think it over. So this is why you're taking your time thinking it over. Should I reach out right now? Is it the right time? I know I need to face the music. What does it mean? So feminines, if you're cross-watching, your masculine fully intends to come to you and apologise and face the music with you, but they are also thinking it over right now because they don't want to rush and make a mistake. They don't want to back off again. You know, they're afraid that you're going to reject them, so they have to do it at the right time. So masculines, you know, you're contemplating today what you're going to do. And this came up yesterday, you know, trying to work out how you can move forward, how you can connect, how you can make things happen, what way to do it. And you have to love yourself first. You know, self-love is the key to everything. So you've had to love yourself first enough to be able to take off this mask. And that's a very powerful thing. And that's why you deserve this credit because, you know, it's taken a lot for you to deal with ascension, to deal with your own truth, your own fears, your own darkness. So loving yourself first is the first step to healing you. And learning to adapt, you know, to adapt to changes, changing your world, changing your life, because things are never going to be the same again. Things have never been the same again since you've met your feminine, no matter how long ago it was. And also learning to adapt since 2020 in the real world. You know, maybe you've changed your job because of it, because of the pandemic, or things have changed. The way you deal with money, you know, money's been a big one for a lot of us because, you know, we don't use cash as readily as we used to do. You know, and things change and we have to think more on our feet. We've got detective work. So I feel you've also been checking out your feminine online because, or, you know, trying to find out where your feminine is or what's happening because you have been dealing with jealousy. That came up yesterday and it's been coming up around the energy of Valentine's Day at the start of the week. So maybe you were trying to seek out, you know, what your feminine was up to, if she was with anybody else, what she's been doing. So you've been doing your own detective work. So feminines, you know that your masculine has been hitting you up online and checking out what's been going on because you felt it. Okay, you felt them watching you. You felt them trying to spy a little bit. And also consult an expert. So I feel this as you guys, you know, connecting here. So you've been watching readings, you've been learning about the journey, you've been doing your own detective work. Maybe you've consulted somebody about the journey, you've spoke to them about this love, or you may even spoke to someone about getting a divorce or, you know, kind of changing things at home. Find your voice. And that's what you're doing right now. You're finding your voice so that you can come back, you know, face the music and speak your truth and admit what you've done. And I'm not saying you've done anything wrong at all because I know, you know, from firsthand from my own experiences as a twin in union and knowing what George went through to be with me, but also what I went through in my own masculine energy and through things I feel when I'm connecting with your energy. I know it's been painful for you and that you've needed to have this time for you. And you've also been teaching your feminine lessons. But I also know that you're trying your hardest to speak your truth and express yourself. And you deserve credit for that. Be on the lookout. So you're also observing what's going on around you so you can make your move. to be on the lookout to make this happen. So this is another sign of spontaneous activity. Okay, it's going to happen. You don't know when you're going to do it. You just know you are. And you want to speak your truth. You want to express yourself. You want to tell your family how you feel. You want to bring things out into the open. Not just with your family, but with everyone. Family, friends, maybe a karmic partner. You're ready to face the music. And know that you are safe. The angels have got you. You're not on your own. You're not alone. So it's time to get started now. It's time to make this happen now and stand your ground. I love this cat deck. It's so beautiful because cats are all about independence. And cats are strong, the mini lions. So it's about harness that power from within. So yes, you know that you've acted a bit crazy in the past and a bit foolish. And you ran, you ghosted, you ignored, you may have blocked because you're wearing that mask. And now you know that you've healed around this because you know it was your right to do that. So it's about forgiveness work and not feeling guilty. But you also know it's time to come out of the darkness into the light and face the music and deal with what needs to happen. So you know that you've been doing your detective work and, finding answers and being like the squirrel gathering all the information. So you're able to do this the right way. And now you're on the lookout for the right way, the right time, the right place, the right words, the right way to go about it. And you don't need to drink alcohol to do that. You need a sober, clear mind. And that's where you are today. I hope this helps. Have a great day and I'll see you soon.